Early morning along the Texas coast, the tide is low and the air carries the smell of salt and mud. Yet something unusual moves across the sand, hundreds of bright green-blue lobsters crawling where they were never meant to be. They are not native to this place. They come from thousands of miles away from the warm coastal waters of Australia. Somehow through global trade and careless introduction, they have crossed oceans and found a new home in the Gulf of Mexico. In just one season, these Australian green lobsters caused over $6 million in damage to Texas's aquaculture industry. Shrimp ponds emptied, clam beds destroyed, and local ecosystems thrown off balance. But how could a crustacean so small create an impact so large? And what happens when a species that once supported life on one continent becomes an unstoppable invader on another? Let's explore the story behind the rise and invasion of the Australian green lobster, a tale where ecology, economy, and human ambition collide in unexpected ways. In their native home off the coast of Australia, the green lobster lives in harmony with its surroundings. It's a striking creature, metallic blue-green shell, long claws, and a sturdy body that can reach up to 5 kilograms in weight. There it plays a natural role in keeping coral reefs clean, feeding on algae mollusks, and small crustaceans that might otherwise upset the balance of the seabed. But when introduced to Texas, everything changed. Here, the water was warm, the salinity just right, and most importantly, there were no natural predators. The conditions created a perfect storm for uncontrolled growth. Each female could produce hundreds of thousands of eggs per season, and with abundant food and no threats, survival rates soared. Within months, the population exploded, spreading across shrimp ponds, mangrove estuaries, and clam farms. Local fishermen first noticed them mixed in with their shrimp nets, not realizing that this strange, colorful lobster would soon dominate every inch of the shallow coastal waters. In less than a year, the green lobster had transformed from a rare curiosity into an ecological crisis. As dawn breaks over Galveston Bay, the quiet tells a story of loss. Empty shrimp ponds stretch for miles. Torn clam nets drift with the tide. And along the muddy banks, fishermen stand in silence, watching years of effort disappear. It wasn't storms or pollution that destroyed their harvests. It was the invasion of the Australian green lobster. In just one season, this species caused over $6 million in damage. The lobsters burrowed into pond walls, destroying barriers that kept shrimp contained. They devoured young clams and disrupted breeding cycles. Entire harvests vanished almost overnight. Fishermen tried to fight back, collecting them by hand, setting makeshift traps, even draining ponds, but the more they caught, the faster the lobsters seemed to multiply. Each female's massive egg production meant that for every 1,000 captured, thousands more were already hatching. The invasion became a cycle no one could control. For local communities that depended on aquaculture, it was more than a financial loss. It was the collapse of an entire way of life. Families who had farmed shrimp and clams for generations suddenly faced empty ponds, unpaid loans, and an uncertain future. With shrimp ponds collapsing and livelihoods at stake, Texas fishermen had no choice but to fight back. Steel traps were placed along tidal flats, canals, and estuaries anywhere the green lobsters were known to hide. The bait was simple but effective fish scraps, dead clams, anything rich in scent that these omnivorous creatures couldn't resist. At first, hope returned. Every morning the traps were heavy, hundreds of bright blue-green lobsters clawing and thrashing inside. But soon fishermen realized the cruel truth: they could catch thousands in a day, yet barely make a dent. Each mature female was capable of laying hundreds of thousands of eggs every breeding cycle. Without predators, the population rebounded almost instantly. "It's like bailing water from a sinking boat with a spoon," one fisherman said. Researchers and government agencies stepped in, studying the invasive species biology to find long-term solutions. Some proposed controlled harvest programs, turning the pest into a marketable seafood product, while others focused on environmental containment. But the battle was far from over. For every trap set, for every pond cleaned, there were always more hiding beneath the murky water, multiplying quietly. This was no longer just a fishing challenge, it had become a long-term war between humans and nature. When the Australian green lobster spread across Texas, authorities and farmers realized fighting it wasn't enough. They had to find value in the chaos. If these crustaceans could thrive in local waters, perhaps they could also be cultivated under control. Soon, experimental lobster farms appeared along the Gulf Coast. Using knowledge from Australia, scientists built secure tanks and offshore cages equipped with sensors to monitor temperature, oxygen, and salinity. Feeding schedules were automated through AI systems, ensuring perfect rations for every stage of growth. Over 2 months, tiny larvae developed into hardy young lobsters ready for open water cages. What began as an ecological threat had become a new industry, one that used biotechnology and precision farming to turn disaster into sustainable opportunity. Far from shore, rows of floating cages hold thousands of maturing lobsters, each one the result of months of patient care. But in the Gulf, calm never lasts. Storms build quickly, and one mistake can erase an entire season's work. When bad weather strikes, every second matters. Crews race between cages with cranes lifting traps filled with writhing green lobsters into oxygenated tanks. The operation runs like clockwork, weigh seal move as thunder rolls across the horizon. By the time waves rise, the last cages are loaded. The fleet turns toward shore, carrying 10,000 lobsters worth nearly $500,000, a hard-won triumph snatched from the edge of a storm. Once docked, the battle shifts from the sea to the clock. Within minutes, the harvest moves into chilled factories where every degree and minute counts. Workers rinse, grade, and sort lobsters while machines steam, vacuum seal, and freeze them at 40 degrees to lock in freshness. Sensors track temperature and moisture continuously. Even small deviations can mean thousands lost in export value. Robotic arms then pack the gleaming lobsters into ice-lined boxes with QR labels ready for export to Tokyo, New York, and Seoul, each carrying the story of its long journey from sea to shore. Thousands of miles away, chefs in world-class kitchens lift the lobsters from chilled tanks ready to transform them into culinary art. Under warm lights, they steam or grill the shellfish with butter and herbs until the shells glow red and the air fills with the scent of the sea. Each serving tells a story of precision and endurance, of storms outrun and oceans conquered. For diners, lobster is a taste of luxury. For fishermen, it's proof that courage, technology, and timing can turn risk into reward. While fine dining celebrates the final dish, the real work continues at sea. Rising temperatures and acidifying waters are reshaping lobster habitats, pushing the industry to evolve. Modern farms now use closed-loop systems that recycle seawater, maintain perfect salinity, and minimize waste. AI tracks nutrients and oxygen, while strict regulations protect wild stocks by releasing egg-bearing females and juveniles. The future of lobster fishing lies in balance, where innovation supports nature instead of exploiting it. After each storm season, as calm returns to the Gulf, fishermen look out over the quiet waves and understand the ocean's greatest gift isn't the catch, but the chance to begin again.